Hello everybody, it's Alex Shevchenko here. As always on Fridays we are presenting to you the Friday Alpha sessions from the Aurora. During these calls we are sharing with you some news from the Aurora ecosystem that were happening within the previous week. And there is quite an important thing that happened, something that I believe many people and many users of Aurora have been waiting for a pretty long period of time. And unfortunately, we completely missed it. Decentralized world, you are not always get the updates in time. Actually, on the 19th of October, KuCoin, one of the biggest exchanges in the world, listed mainnet Aurora. What does it mean? It means that now the users of KuCoin are able to deposit and withdraw assets, and as far as I understand from their announcement, specifically Aurora token, directly from the Aurora network. To our best knowledge, this is the first exchange who integrated Aurora network directly, and now you are able to easily manage your assets with KuCoin. Congrats KuCoin for the integration. I do believe that this is a big advancement for the Aurora community. Great that major exchanges are paying their attention to us. Super cool, and hope that for everyone, things are going to become a little bit more convenient at the moment. Wanted to remind everyone that the ordinary or the normal way how you're managing your assets on Aurora is either you need to interact with the centralized exchanges that are working with Near directly. There are quite a lot of them, or with Ethereum, right? And there are many exchanges that listed Aurora token, and this token is Ethereum ERC20. So in case you're willing to get your token outside of this exchange, the network where this token is going to land will be Ethereum. And in case you want to transfer it to Aurora network, well, you need to use the Rainbow Bridge separate. This integration of KuCoin makes it simpler, so you do not need to use the Rainbow Bridge in order to transfer your assets. I would like to note, please, everyone from the Aurora community, be very, very careful with reading what the exchanges are putting on their withdrawal and deposit methods, because it is super important to understand on which network the actual transaction is happening. Many people have been trying to interact with centralized exchanges in the past, and they were doing it inside of the Aurora network, and they were unfortunately losing their money. There is nothing that we are able to do in order to recover this money. The only party who would be able to recover these tokens would be exchanges, in case they're going to integrate absolutely the same keys and deploy the smart contracts on absolutely the same addresses on the Aurora network. And I'm not sure whether this is always possible. So anyway, big news for Aurora ecosystem. Congrats everyone, and let's move on to the next updates. We're happy and we're thrilled to announce our partnerships with AllStars Digital. AllStars Digital is the world's first digital sports exchange. They are bridging Web 2 and Web 3 worlds together. They are allowing sport funds to actually invest into their players. The way how this project is working is that anyone is able to invest their kind of player of choice and see how this player is progressing across his or her career. And depending on this progress, and depending on the market conditions, how other people are investing in this player, the price of the corresponding instrument is updated. So now you really can actually touch and see and kind of have more passion on the topics on your favorite players, or maybe not favorite, but the ones that you are willing to invest in. So please check out their proposal. I do believe that that's a very, very new model in general for the Web3 world, and we're extremely happy that AllStars is working on top of Aurora network. Moving on to Arctic, right? The pretty new protocol that was deployed on Aurora, and just a couple of weeks we were overviewing their launch party. That was 1 week length, like it was it was occupying the whole week. So Arctic was composing a pretty nice deep read about how they are innovating in the DeFi space. They're talking about different aspects of AMMs, and specifically the way how you can construct the price curves in a different manner in order to make the liquidity more functional, or like more efficient. And so encourage everyone to take a read on this protocol. Great things. We're thrilled to see this innovation happening on the Aurora network. Bastion, an OG protocol in Aurora, is not even trying to stop. They announced this week the partnership with Notify network. And what they are doing together with Notify is that they're enabling the on-chain alerts for updates of the interest rates and other things. This innovation improves the user experience for everyone who is using Bastion protocol, and we see that these updates are happening, making blockchain accessible for more and more people and more convenient to use. OpenOcean, a modern DEX aggregator protocol, is now supported in a Safe application. Safe application, this is the former Gnosis Safe application. Just reminding everyone that Gnosis Safe is integrated with Aurora. You are able to use Gnosis Safe multi-sig in order to manage your assets on Aurora network directly. So now OpenOcean is an application inside of this Safe. So Safe allows for the extensions, and OpenOcean is available as one of the extensions there. So great to see this development. Good job, OpenOcean. Stator launched their NearX on Aurora. So pretty great thing. They are integrated. They are having the partnership with Trisolaris, the biggest AMM at the moment on Aurora, which means that we have now more connections with the Near ecosystem at the moment. So everyone who is here and also joining and also a member of the Near ecosystem may see a very familiar name available on Aurora too. There is some kind of a bug in Zoom. Continuing with the news from Cyberpunk Guild. As you remember, Cyberpunk Guild was a guild that was launched by Near community. And the goal of this guild is actually to improve the privacy and anonymity of everyone in the world, specifically on the Near blockchain. So there are some new developments that are coming from Cyberpunk Guild, and they are saying that the incognito mode for privacy transactions is coming to Near protocol, and Aurora is Near. I'm really thrilled to see what is the tech that they're using for this, and in case Cyberpunk will be able to improve the security and privacy of everyone in the Near and Aurora ecosystem, well, then it will be the great news. So let's see for the future updates from them. B4B World, a project that is aiming to connect businesses with influencers and make sure that their economical relations are somewhat kind of regulated and are inside of a single economy, is now launching their testnet. So it's an interesting project that is tackling one of the biggest questions in the blockchain ecosystem: how to make sure that the marketing is happening properly and taking into account that the marketing aspects in the blockchain vertical are super community based. This protocol most probably will find their users pretty soon. So the testnet program is available already, and anyone who is able to, who is willing to participate in it, please go to their Medium page, B4B World, and check out the post about it. With big regrets, we are retranslating the news from the Near ecosystem. Skyward Finance, a pretty new launchpad for IDOs with an interesting mechanics where the price of the token is not fixed, but rather the users are able to deposit and withdraw funds depending on the current price of the token. So I would say that this is less of a launchpad, but more of a price discovery mechanism. So unfortunately, the smart contract of this project was exploited, and it resulted in a loss of approximately, as far as I understand, more than I was checking somewhere, it was more than 1 million near. And unfortunately, it also means that the Skyward token effectively is worthless at the moment. We have great history, or our project has great history with Skyward. The Skyward was one of the platforms where the users were able to participate in the IDO of Aurora. Aurora IDO was the first IDO who was using additional techniques and additional features of Skyward, like an ability to whitelist the users who are eligible for participation in the IDO. In case of Aurora, it was the KYC contract that was deployed on the Near protocol. So unfortunately, or fortunately, Skyward team was deleting all of the possible access to the Skyward smart contracts. And in case even this exploit was revealed beforehand, and people were able to do something before. Before the actual exploit was happening, unfortunately, nothing. The team of the project were not able to change it because they are not able to update the smart contract. They are not able to kind of lock the treasury and things like that. This is the price that the true believers of the blockchain tech need to pay, and true decentralization, right? It is sad to see this thing happening. Hopefully, somehow Skyward team would be able to recover from this catastrophic event. Maybe we don't know, but maybe they would be able to launch the second version of the protocol or some kind of additional services around it. It seems that the tool and the utility of the protocol, it actually makes a lot of sense. And it will be great to have again the project working. And the last but not least, for everyone who was in Lisbon this week on Web Summit and all of the adjacent events, our friends from D-Nights organized the meetup and the roundtable about the Web3 roadmap. Their event was called Bon Dia, which means good day, translated from Portuguese. And I was there, and we were able to speak with many people there, and it was a pretty nice panel there. They have been recording the session in case you unfortunately missed it. Maybe somewhere from the D-Nights community you will be able to get this recording. Unfortunately, we were not seeing it yet in the public sources, but most probably it is going to appear at some point in time. And as always at this stage, I'm pausing and I'm looking at the chat since this is a live stream. There are some questions I see from the community, quite a lot of them. So let me go through this. One of the important ones is when ZK. That's a great question. So in general, ZK technology we have in Aurora Labs, the development company. We do see the application of ZK technologies in two directions. One is the direction of improving the Rainbow Bridge and making it ZK based instead of optimistic based for the transfers from Near and Aurora to Ethereum. This technology is going to make the transfers really, really fast. I will tell you that this piece of tech is actually already developed, but it is a little bit scary for us to launch it since it is extremely complicated and the libraries that are used are not yet tested enough in order for us to put this technology in production. We are caring a lot about the security of our solutions. We have very, very strict rules for the security acceptance. We have very strict security acceptance procedures. So unfortunately, at the moment, for this state of the ZK technologies, we are not able to launch it in production without having major risks to the users. Our goal was always and will be always to protect the users. We value a lot everyone who is trusting our smart contracts with their money and in general with their time, I would say. So yeah, as soon as the technology will be developed enough and it will pass our acceptance testing, then we will deploy this tech. There is an additional direction where we are seeing an application of ZK. And this is the implementation of ZK EVMs. Just reminding everyone, Aurora is though it is an EVM, it is a smart contract that is working on top of Near protocol. ZK EVM also can be turned into smart contract, and this can bring the extreme scalability for the EVM. So looking into this, working with our friends from ZK Sync, taking a look at other projects that are working in the ecosystem, we are doing quite a deep research in terms of the expectations when these technologies will be ready to be pushed in production. Most probably, it is going to take several years at least in order for everyone to be extremely comfortable with launching these techs. Okay, may I know why you named these projects as Aurora? Can you also name these projects Nova next to Aurora protocol name? So what's special about this name Aurora? I'm not quite sure. What do you mean? The background of Aurora is that we always like looking in the skies, and we started with the Rainbow Bridge and then Aurora. And these are kind of atmospheric phenomena. And we would just have this aerial kind of theme there. I'm not quite sure what you thought when you were like, what was the intention for this question? What non-DeFi applications would you want to see on Aurora? Maybe you see some Web2 useful applications and want to see them on Aurora blockchain. Yeah, absolutely. I do believe that Aurora blockchain is the best blockchain for the Web2 applications trying to implement additional Web3 aspects. We have the fastest transactions. They are the cheapest. So our transactions sometimes like 40 times faster than, for example, Polygon transactions. The cost of the transactions is around 5 times less than Avalanche transactions. And the most important thing is that Aurora is absolutely ready for scaling, and because it is working on top of Near protocol. And moreover, the onboarding experience that you all experienced with Aurora Plus is absolutely great. So onboarding Web2 users to Aurora would allow you to build really responsive applications. with zero to none cost for the onboarding of the users. And that's why, from that standpoint, I'm really looking forward for mobile games to be joining Aurora. I'm looking forward to the vertical of experiences, right? The entertainment vertical, ticketing, all of this in this direction. Really would like to see these things happen in Aurora. While I'm saying this, we do have already the games and ticketing applications and so on. I'm just waiting for the kind of really massive Web2 companies go and join Aurora blockchain. How do you think will the Skyward hacker be able to sell near on any centralized exchange? Unfortunately, I need to say that most probably he would be able to do it. The reason is that, according to our experience, how centralized exchanges are working, in order to prevent somebody from any activities, they need to get the police orders on this particular case, and also taking into account that Skyward team remained anonymous during the whole project lifetime. I don't think that they would be able to somehow secure this police order and be able to communicate with centralized exchanges. So yeah, bad news, and most probably the person will be able to do it. Even if he won't be able to sell near, he would be able to convert it to other tokens, move it through different bridges, and obfuscate enough his pathway. Okay, so it seems like these are all of the questions. Thank you everyone for joining. We have quite a lot of people today, almost 80 joined this Friday Alpha League session. As always, we are here to share with you the information. We are here to build new tech for you. Looking forward to see you next week on Friday, on the next Friday Alpha League session from Aurora. Thank you.